Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today I want to go ahead and start episode 3 of the new character for the YouTube playthrough, and this should cover Act 3. Oh, whoops, we're not supposed to look at that. Before I start though, let me just change my loot filter. We're using Never Sinks. I think we'll use Strict for this. I don't remember what I was using before, because I was switching it up between my other characters, but Strict should be fine. Alright, and we just killed Vol on our character, and on the build, I decided I am going to go ahead and post a build for you guys, probably next episode if you want to follow. It seems like it's going to be I don't really know exactly what the hell I'm using yet, but we're going to go Maces, because Maces seems to fit the tree really well, especially if I'm coming down here into the duelist section. So we're going to go ahead and rush over to Resolute Technique for this episode. Alright. And let me insert some audio. I haven't actually played on this character in quite a while, so I may have to like refamiliarize myself with what I'm doing again. So I do apologize if I'm slack-a-lacking or the episode turns out to be poo-poo. It's kind of odd sometimes giving live commentary, or not live, but commentary on something that like you don't really know. Does that make sense? Or something you do know, I guess you could say as well. So for City of Sarn, all you really need to do here is there's a dude up here, the guard captain, which you gotta kill. Once you kill the guard captain, you're pretty much set. All you have to do is wait for her to be happy. There you go, she's happy. Good job, Clarissa. And then you're good to go to the next zone. Nice. Alright, cool. Now from Sarn Encampment, there's a little cool trick that I like to use, which helps you just get down faster. Normally you'd have to run around like this giant little loop, which only takes like an extra like 20 seconds or so. But if you want to, you can create a portal at the slums, which is right here. Do I even have portal scrolls? Here we go. You can create a portal here, go inside it, and it'll take you down here, which just saves you a little bit of time. Alright, let's get our little currency guide. Our tab, we have, where is it? Pohx YouTube self-found. Here we go. I don't need to really put anything in, but I'll just put these breach rings in for now and look at them after.
Stay out of the shadow.
Remember that the chromatics, the red, blue, green linked, actually sell for a chromatic orb, which is always nice.
Hello.
And then we're going to go ahead and use a transmutation on a giant life flask here. And I was trying to get bubbling or seething. Bubbling or seething flasks are very, very important flasks, and in my opinion, I would try to get them on pretty much any character around Act 3. Let me just adjust one thing. I'm gonna try running some Diablo music in the back, because the music in game is like super quiet. Alright, so we are currently in slums, and there's two areas in slums. There's the sewers, and on top of the sewers, there's crematorium. Now, we are looking for crematorium. Crematorium holds the next area in the actual storyline where we need to go. Oh, this weapon is slacking, dude. Definitely gonna have to get a new weapon soon. Nice, a jeweler's box. Where we have three additional items, 2 magic, and a rogue exile. Ooh, and revives. That sounds fun. Oh shit. Oh, that was a little mad. Mr. Exile over here got a little upset. There's actually a tribal mole here, but this is for like super low level, I believe. Yeah, that's not good. And there's a turquoise amulet here. Since I'm still using a blue amulet, or a white one, that's not really any better, but we'll just pretend it's better. Alright, what do we get from here? Any yellows? No yellows, but I'll take the gate amulet and just see if it has life or anything. It does, 40 life. Very nice. That was total luck there, but it worked. Alright, so we found the sewer. But we don't want to go to the sewer. We want to find crematorium. Ondars. Ondars is 30% attack speed while on full energy shield, I think. We'll ID here in a second to find out. Oh, the density is starting to come in these breaches too. Definitely hoping we can find like a granite flask soon. Granite flask would be really sick with the plus armor it gives. Alright, that's pretty much done on this one. So let's see. We need to head this direction. 30% increased attack speed while on full... Oh, it's actually on full life. I'm gonna use it. This is good because it'll make me loop slam quicker. So tanky, man. Our weapon is poo-poo. See, can you... I don't think you can sunder with a sword. Can you sunder with a sword? What does sunder even say? Sunder states... No, mace, axe, or staff. Okay, we cannot use that sword then. Mini K, relax, buddy. We just lost our attack speed buff. Alright, this is where crematorium is right here. Nice. So in crematorium, we're going to find a waypoint. So from this waypoint, there's going to be kind of like two directions you can go. One way is going to send you towards the trial for the Lord's Labyrinth. The other way is going to send you to a mini-boss fight, which is the way that you're going to need to go. Note to self that in crematorium, there are two types of elemental resistance that you kind of want. One of them is going to be fire resistance, because a lot of the mobs deal fire damage in here. And the Necros actually lower your resistance by using a buff, or a curse called Flammability. And Flammability will reduce your fire resistance, which will make you more prone to, you know, dying from fire damage. And then there's fire mages in here, mobs that deal fire damage. Alright, and this is going to be Piety right here. She does lightning damage.
Too stupid to be realistic, aren't you, brute?
So you want to dodge her ball, and she'll also do a Call Thunder where it goes boom, 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 boom. I would recommend just going to the opposite sides when she does that. Overall, she's not very difficult. She's not like a big boy boss or anything. Just kind of something small. So after we do that, we're going to grab the key from Clarissa.
Bye. Watch yourself.
Now the key is important because we need to go back to the sewers that we were at originally. Well, we weren't actually at them, but we walked by them. And this will unlock the next part, which you'll see right here. And the sewers are always right by town. You can see ours is right here. Let's grab some of these scraps. Nice. Okay, in the sewers, there's a mob type that should be very dangerous, or that is very dangerous. And what that monster type is is it's called a discharger. The reason why dischargers are very scary is because they essentially, they go boom. They like build up charges just like we would, like with endurance charges, but they can use any charge they'd like. And then they discharge it in an AoE and deal massive elemental damage. So this is an area you want to make sure your resistances are kind of decent. I would recommend above 50%. There is always a chance that you just won't ever run into dischargers or that they won't really be that scary, but there's always a chance. So this is the other pack that could have spawned instead of a discharger. We're going to have the ghost go inside so he gets a buff. And what that does is it gives us a much better chance at drops, as you can see here. Do I even have the intel for these gloves? I do actually. Let's see what we get. That's not very good. Now, if you're new, I'd also recommend picking up the rares and selling them to the vendor. Actually, let me get this chrome. There we go. Oh, also these alchemists deal chaos damage, and you're not really going to have any chaos resist early on. And here is the one unique boss inside here. So what this guy does is he Spine Snap. He has multi-strike on his Leap Slam, so it will always jump 3 times at once. And he has a permanent degen that will follow you around. You can see it right here, the generation aura. And I think he has like, I don't even know what it is. It's like his Leap Slam is supported by like shit on hit, so it like leaves this pile of shit everywhere. Definitely be careful of this guy. He used to claim a lot of lives in hardcore. Not really too scary in my opinion. Just something to like look out for, really. Oh, I could replace mana flasks. Actually, I don't really need to though. Alright, Mr. Breach, what do you have for me? This breach is lackluster. Remember that in this current league that we're in right now, Breach, these are some of the best ways to level up is by doing these breaches, because they just give you so much density in monsters. Like, look at the amount of monsters down here. Got another giant life flask, that's always good. Let's replace these, drop these guys out. Nothing. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to knock out all of this act in an hour. I may have to do like split YouTube videos. So we'll see how that goes. Those are dischargers right there that just passed me. See if I can find one again. The scary things you need to look out for is if a monster says like on death grants charges to nearby enemy units. Those are the terrifying ones, because that means that when you kill the monsters, the dischargers get stronger and then they go boom. So these are them right here, these dischargers, these blue looking dudes. I think I've been hit for 1.1k before in sewers because I had like literally 0 elemental resistance. It was not fun. So there was a discharge right there. But he's a white discharger with like almost no charges. Make it relax, buddy. You're being distracting, man. I can't make my video with you going brrr. Alright, here you go. Sneak peek from the kitty cat, boys. Alright. Come sit in my lap, buddy. It's all good. Alright, so in Warehouse District, this is kind of an annoying one, but there's a really easy way to tell which way you're supposed to go. But even being able to tell which way you're supposed to go, I still managed to forget myself. Don't really ask, I really couldn't tell you. So when you're navigating through warehouse, and this is obviously after you come up from the sewers, you need to look for the way with the dead bodyguard, and you need to just keep following the dead bodyguard. So this way does not have a dead bodyguard, so I'm going to take it anyway because I'm cool. And it should actually just be like a dead end. Let's see. Unless it breaks out. No, this is actually a dead end. So that's an example of why you should follow the dead bodyguard. Let's see. Mr. Bodyguard should be down here. Or no. Nope. That means we can go around here, and this will probably connect up. Dead bodyguard. So this is the guy you're looking for. And you want to just follow him. Here we go. Let's try going maybe to the right. I would recommend never opening a box like that. Always just identify it. By identifying it, you can see the mods on it. The only thing that's really scary though at the beginning is two things. You have Detonate Dead, which actually is not really terrifying at all. It's just Detonate Dead essentially will make all the corpses go boom, and then the last one would be getting frozen, because then all the monsters can hit you. Other than that, you can pretty much move away from everything else. So these are, I like to call them the Midget Squad. I don't really know what they do. They were introduced like a little while back, and they just spam cast stuff. I really have no clue what they do. They're not very difficult at all. They can be kind of scary if your resistances are bad, because they do a bunch of different elemental stuff. But Midget Squad's not too terrible. Oh, let's let the ghost go in. Nice. I don't remember what these boots are. I think they're like ES boots. Coiled staff. Okay, that staff may actually be better than our current weapon. 42 to 82. 42 to 82. And I think that this could actually craft with Vegan, but I don't know if I should craft with Masters. Even if it's a baby craft. I feel like master crafting is something that can easily be obtained though. But we'll see. I'll leave it alone for right now. Ooh, a shrine. Nice. Let's check this helmet out too. This helmet's poo-poo. Alright, Mr. Dead Guard. Mr. Dead Guard's probably going to be... Oh, actually, he's right here. Nice. Marketplace is how we get out. Varici is the assassin, and he'll actually assign you an Exile to go fight. It's actually pretty decent to go do it, because when an Exile dies, it drops a full set of gear, including accessories. It doesn't mean they're going to guaranteed be rare, but he still drops a full set, which is, in my opinion, really nice to get at the beginning, especially if you have shit gear. Then, you know, you just have a decent chance of finding items. Alright, Marketplace Sewers. This is the last sewers that you'll find. Marketplace Sewers are great because you get your free skill point here. And that's from the optional quest. Cool. There's a big blue pack. Whenever you're next to the bus is that thing I just picked up, this thing here in the middle, there's pretty much always guaranteed to be a blue pack as well. If not more than one. And we just picked up Resolute Technique on our character on the passive tree, which is awesome, because Resolute Technique allows us to never miss an attack. Ooh, strongbox. Don't be freeze, don't be freeze, don't be freeze. Cool, it's not freeze. And actually, now that I think about it, we're getting close to the skill that I wanted to try out originally, which was called Earthquake. Never gotten to use Earthquake before, especially in like a leveling point of view. So I'd be pretty curious to try it out. I think it's for 28. Alright, that completes Marketplace. Now, alternatively, if you did not go the way through the sewers, you would have to run through, and you're going to find like a boss in the middle that you can just walk by. His name is Needledick. Needledick, he has a lot of lightning and stuff. Not really too difficult, but he is pretty tanky, so definitely be careful of that. This is going to take us to Battlefront. Now, I would highly recommend finding the waypoint for Marketplace. If you don't find the waypoint for Marketplace, you have to find the waypoint for Battlefront, just so you don't have to backtrack too much. And I'll show you why here, probably in like 5-10 minutes when I run the other zones. Battlefront is pretty easy to find. It's always in like the same spot. If you see like this, I don't really know exactly how to explain it. I'm just gonna say that when you hit like this bridge part, run up or down until you find it, and you'll typically find it. And before it doesn't get found at all. Let's see. Here it is. And then this is the other little mini boss, Captain Oru. I don't know what the hell his name is. All you have to do is kill him. Once he dies, you're able to come over here and grab the Blackguard chest. And the Blackguard chest is going to be used for popping the butthole, which is later on in the storyline. Sorry, these are all the terms we call from stream. I don't know what they're actually called. Namek Storm Boots. 20% increased physical damage taken. Alright, how about no? Find the third platinum bust. Oh crap, I never actually found all 3 busts. Are you serious? In the warehouse. Alright, let me go to warehouse really fast and do this. I can't believe I forgot this. Alright, so the warehouse bust then would be right over here to the right. It's going to be this room that we're looking at. Oh, JK, it's not. Is it this room? I don't remember if it can only be in the front or not. Okay, so it's not here. Maybe it's on the complete opposite side? Like right here. This looks like it. Okay, this is it. This is it. And blue dischargers. Look at that. Blue dischargers with blue alchemists. Iron scale boots. I'm feeling 20% movement speed right now. 7 life, 6 cold, 16 lightning. It's actually not nearly as good as the ones we already have. Oh, that's a big discharger pack. Oh, did I vendor that staff I had? Shit, I think I did vendor that staff I had. That's alright. That's the problem with making a new playthrough series, is I forget that items that are normally good are like... well, items that are normally shit are really good. It's okay. Make sure to go on D&D here. Alright, let's go ahead and work our way up. Actually, I'll go down because Barbarism is good because it gives all resistance here. These all resist nodes are going to be nice for leveling. Actually, did I even turn that in? I always forget. I think I did, yeah. Okay, so from Battlefront, you've got 2 ways you could go. Both ways I'd recommend a decent fire resist level, like again above 50%. You have Docks and you have Solaris. So what you need to do for Docks, there's also a unique mob who roams here who literally does nothing. He just like spins in a circle. This guy right here, actually look at that, he's right here. Literally does not do anything. Like I will just stand here for you and show you that he does not do anything. So let's go kill him. You know, this helmet is really good because of the links on it. I should definitely state as well to keep an eye out for items that are 4-linked. What 4-link means is essentially all the links are together. Kind of like how you would put the support gems in it. Like the helmet I just found is 3-linked. And the reason for that is because it'll allow... Ooh, that lightning damage is fucking... Ooh, that is mean. It will allow you to put better support gems or more support gems with your main skill, which greatly increases the damage of it. Alright, these breaches are starting to be a tad bit scary now. What's my lightning res? Okay, my lightning is crap, that's why. That's actually what a 4-link looks like, it's just like that. That takes 40 dex. I don't think I have 40 dex. And there's another chrome right over there. Ooh, a Barichi mission. Nice. Keep the target alive. Slay the target's guards. And that's actually a supply container that we need. There's always going to be a blue pack guarding this as well. Alright, cool.
What's going on?
Let me see what I can do in terms of... We're going to use 4 armor scraps on this helmet, which makes it 20%. And then I'm just going to throw an alk at it and hope it's good. Hey, I rolled 58 life with lightning resistance. So that's already much better. And I think I can go to Act 2 and pick up a faster attacks if I'm correct. Can I grab faster attacks? I can, but it needs 45 dexterity and an alteration. So we'll take the alt. And I'll buy another one for my leap slam. Let's see, do we have any dex on the tree we can put into? We do. Nice, we have a 30 dex node right here called expertise. So we'll drop the 30 dex node next level. Okay, so we're going back to Battlefront now, which is, you know, right next to the area we were at, which is docks. And we're gonna run kind of northish. And this is how we're gonna get to Solaris. Plated Greaves. Our boots are pretty decent, to be honest. We did have that Barichi mission too, but I'm gonna skip past the Barichi mission. I would recommend, and this is gonna sound like a weird recommendation, but if you're gonna try to like zoom through the game and take it a bit faster paced, I would not help the Masters in normal difficulty because it just doesn't really seem worth it. But if it's like your first time in the game and you're taking it slow, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that then, because helping the Masters will help you a lot early game. And I can explain Masters, like I know I always talk about this in a future video. And I'll probably make that video, honestly, before the next, like, before this Act 4 release comes out. For this character. The Act 4 content rush. Act 4 playthrough. Mini K, what are you doing, man? You're being really disruptive today. You know that? You're making it very difficult for me to make this video. I know you want to play, man, but I want to play too. That is a 4-link helmet. That is actually insane. That's like way better than our current one, just because of the extra link. so we got the level up. Let's go ahead and put the stats in. Alright, we need the dexterity node. And we need to put in, we're going to do faster attacks with leap slam. And we're going to do faster attacks with melee physical. Let's put it right here. And added fire. And then I'm going to change it up next time we go back to town as well. And I'll try to craft this. And we'll put Sunder. Oh, whoops. That's actually what I would want to use. There, let's do that. Man, our Sunder is like, woo! Look at that attack speed. Man, 4 links are dropping like crazy now. There's another one. Wood splitter. Wood splitter's like super small. Crappy base, unfortunately. I think level 2 is right here. Or is this where the bosses are? These are the 2 ribbon bosses, okay. So these are ice and lightning bosses. They honestly like really don't do anything too scary. You can see kind of here. One uses Shock Nova, the other one uses Firestorm, and they both curse you. What I'd recommend is you just stand still and you just punch them in the face and they die. The only time that these guys actually get scary is if there's like a Rogue Exile next to you and they debuff you with their curses. And then the Rogue Exile starts beating on you with like the associated elemental property. Then that could be kind of scary. Otherwise, they're very, very easy bosses. Okay, I'm actually gonna see if we can get some better 24 life cold resist. I mean, that's still not that bad, to be honest, for like an extra link. So, faster attacks, melee physical, Sunder with added fire. Oh man, we're about to get the damage here. 800 DPS Sunder. That's like my Blight build already at level 95. Now we still just need a better weapon. Here's gonna be a little mini boss in here. All she does is she spams... Actually, this is kind of scary. She spams Sea Witches that use, like, Ice Nova when they die. I noticed, like, if you have bad cold resist... Like, what's my cold resist right now? 55%? It's not a lot, but, like, they'll do a decent amount of damage to you. So I'd say it's the only thing to really be careful of for her. Is that she spam creates these dudes. It's going to be a Vol side area, which I kind of want to do. But I'll get my Vol gems another way later on. Alright, this is where we gotta go. Right up here. Right here. Nice. What? There we go. So she's gonna give you an amulet. We're gonna just take the... Actually, I'll take the Dex amulet.
Goodbye.
Might be good here.
Goodbye.
Give it a nice identify. Nothing too crazy. So now you get a choice of like a bunch of new skill gems at 28 from Marama, which will be here in like a minute. Let me just vendor out all this other stuff I don't really need.
Stay out of the shadows.
Gems in here. All right. Cool. All right, so we're going back to the warehouse now, and you want to go back to the warehouse after you have acquired the item from Pohx and the item from that weird dude over here from Battlefront, and you turn them both into the girl at Solaris, and she will allow you to then, as we said before, burn the butthole, which is right here, and it's now being burned. You can see the butthole is actually might be able to finish this video on time now that I think about it. We are now entering the parts that I like about Act 3. I know, that's weird, right? So we're now going to go straight. The waypoint is always right here. And we're going to fight someone called General Gravicious. Now this area has a lot of lightning damage. You might want to be a little bit careful of the lightning damage that's associated with this. There's like arc mobs and whatnot. The other part you have to be careful of is, I don't know if this applies in normal difficulty, but those casters I just showed you sometimes come with a buff called Lightning Thorns, which reflects a flat amount of damage based off of how quickly you hit them. Alright, so this is Gravicious, who will spam cast Firestorm and Molten Shell. It's really easy to kind of just kite him around, though. He doesn't really do anything too crazy. It's kind of a sustained fight. One thing is, don't ever let his ES regenerate. You'll see it covering his life pool. It's that right there that's on him. Because he has quite a lot of energy shield. And it'll take a long time to have to burst him down again. So I'll wait just to show you guys again. That's his energy shield. You do not want to let that fill up. So you want to just keep beating at him. Alright. After you kill him, you do gain access to a bunch of new skill gems. So we are going to try using... Do I get Earthquake here? Do I not? Oh, JK, it's right here. Okay, either we can use Ice Crash or we can use Earthquake. I've never used Earthquake before, so I'm going to grab Earthquake. I don't think I need faster attacks for my Earthquake, though.
Why are you
I think I need increased AoE, to be honest.
Hello.
And we do have space to run an Aura, so we're going to grab Hatred. Since Hatred is... You and nearby allies gain a percentage of your physical as cold. So basically it's scaling elemental damage off of your physical, which is nice. How big is this AoE? That's not very big at all. Let's hope it works. I don't even know if I like it that much. I think like the explosion is just so delayed for me right now that we'll stick to Sunder just for a bit until we can get some better supports for Earthquake. Alright, cast Ice Nova, guarded by a stream of monsters. This isn't anything too scary. The other option is the Ancestral Warchief Totem. I think the Warchief Totem is OP. I don't know if I want to make another Warchief Totem build because they're so OP. Alright, we just found one of the best Vol gems in the game. It's called Vol Lightning Trap, and it can be used on any character in the game, and the reason why is because I'm about to show you. Vol Lightning Trap throws a trap that guarantees shock on a target if they're standing on the shock, which means that they take 50% increased damage from all sources of damage. So it synergizes with literally anything, even if you're playing a summoner. Make your minions deal 50% increased damage. Which works like a multiplier, due to the fact that there's very little ways to increase the amount of damage a monster can take. It's very easy to multiply your damage with, you know, multipliers, but to make a monster take increased is kind of difficult. And we just found a Silver Flask as well. Silver Flasks are some of my favorite flasks. They give you the buff called Onslaught, which I believe is 30% attack speed, movement speed, and casting speed during the duration of the flask. And you can see that's right here. Okay, for barbarism, let's continue to go down and grab the 6% life. Oh, actually, we don't need to level Wall Lightning Trap up at all. There is a very dangerous guy. There's two dangerous... Well, this guy's not really too dangerous. This guy doesn't really do anything, to be honest. The actual dangerous guy in here is called Cole, and you'll almost always find him on your way to Piety. And he is in a room kind of isolated by himself, but he always has guards next to him. And they're like the caster guards. And they will always use a skill called Temporal Chains on you, these guys right here, which will slow you. And that's kind of scary because Cole is very upset. You guys remember fighting Brutus in Act 1? Well, think of fighting a level 29 Brutus. He can be very sketchy at times. Let's see if we can find him. It's a Katarina mission, screw that. This is Cole's room right here. This is it right here. I think you can tell by like the blood stain, but you'll see him pop up right here. This is him. You'll see the monsters will cast Temporal Chains. The monsters will cast Temporal Chains. Okay, there you go. So there's the temp chains on the monsters. So this guy, he's got his slam, and he's got, I think he still has a hook. There's his hook. He does hit quite hard. We have like okay physical mitigation, but I'm pretty sure he'll still chunk me. He still does a decent amount to even me, so. Not very tanky though. And down he goes. I think I'm actually supposed to go this way. Actually, I'm not too sure which way I'm supposed to go. Oh, well, they both come together anyway. You know what I might do? I'm thinking I might make a straw poll and put it in the video comments, and you guys can decide what skill you would prefer to see me use, and I'll use that skill for the rest of the series. That kind of sounds like a fun idea. We might do that. Okay, Lunaris Temple 2. This is where Piety is, and I actually really like this zone. I don't know why. I used to level here all the time, and it's really sketchy. It's actually really dangerous. So. The way this area works is you're going to look for the ramp up. So let's see if we can find any place with a ramp up. And there is a unique boss here who is a whipper, which means she has high base damage, and she applies vulnerability when she hits you, which increases the amount of damage you take from physical damage. So you have to be very careful of her. So we're just looking... Okay, here's a way up. You can see the stairs right here. So we want to take the way up. And the goal of clearing this area is never, ever go back down. So no matter what happens, don't go back down. So let's move over to the right. Here's the Whipper boss right here. Very, very weak. Oh, she doesn't actually vulnerable one hit, JK. She just hits really hard, that's all. And as you can see, here's the way up again. So this is great. And I leveled up Ball Lightning Trap because I'm stupid. And then for here, you want to always take the way with one card. So we're going to go this way. The other way is always a dead end. Okay, this place you have to be a bit careful of, and the reason why I say that is monsters will lurk through walls that you cannot hit. Well, I mean, depending on your skill, you can hit them, but it's definitely something to be wary of, because they can just, like, kind of insta-burst you if you're not paying attention. Like this pack, for example, is substantial physical damage, which means that you'll take quite a bit of extra damage. Can I jump here? Nope. So what you're looking for here is like a giant door. Door slash like a gate looking thing. This thing right here. Once you hit the door, you know you've made it to the boss Piety. There's always going to be a guaranteed blue pack right here. As well as there's always going to be, I think, another blue pack. At least in maps there are. Not this one. This one's extra. Should be right before the actual Piety fight. Which is right... Okay, not this one either. This is just really lucky. Okay, it's usually right here. There's a pack, and there's the blue pack right there. Nice. Okay. Time to fight Piety. So the way Piety works is she has 3 different forms. I'll try to go through each form for you guys to make it easier. Let me go ahead and see. Let's go down here. So we've got fire form, ice form, and lightning form. She's currently in her lightning form right now. Or lightning form is her base form, right? So she's in lightning form at the moment. She is now in ice form. Ice form is very dangerous, and you want to make sure to never actually tank it. The arrows that she shoot can explode and overlap on each other, which makes it really terrifying. Her fire is actually the easiest in my opinion. All you really have to do is kind of like stand still and pot through her damage. She will apply a stacking debuff if you saw it up there. And the stacking debuff will increase the damage that you take from her. That's the only thing you have to be careful of. Because the stacking debuff can really hurt you. And that's pretty much it. And then you have her regular form that I was talking about. Which you don't really have to be too careful of. This weapon dropped 4-linked already. Please, weapon. Oh, we got a new weapon. Team, we got a new weapon. Okay, this actually can be vegan crafted too, which makes me sad because I think it has a prefix open for percentage IPD. Let me look at this. I get a little excited when I see weapons. Hold on a second. Vegan, do you have the ability of crafting this for me? Oh my god, it even can. I can put percentage IPD on this. Ooh, am I allowed to? I'm going to look this up. I'm going to have to pause. I'm sorry, we're not editing. I just have to see PoE vegan. I need to see if I'm allowed to use a vegan craft at all. Okay, I'm going to pull this literally on the screen so we can talk about this. Okay, so because we're playing a physical character, alright? This is, how does this work? Vegan provides crafting for weapons. As you level up, more crafting options will be unlocked. So, this is starting with level 1. How do you search by level? This is level right here, right? Level 2. Okay, so if you get vegan to level 3, which is very easy to do, you are able to get a weapon with 40 to 59% increased physical damage. Alright, so I'm going to craft onto this weapon. Because it's a shame if I can't craft it, man. It's so perfect. It's waiting for me, dude. It's just sitting here waiting. So we're going to craft this, and this is very easy to acquire. If you guys remember those masters I was running, or actually wasn't running and I was skipping, vegan, essentially, all you have to do is just attack him and fight him and he dies. And it's very easy. So we're just going to do a very minor craft here on this weapon. And we're going to roll it. And we rolled 44, which is really shit, but hey, that's pretty good, right? This weapon isn't even whetstoneed either, which is pretty interesting. So let's put on added fire over here, and ancestral protector, and our damage is going to go from 960 to, let me predict, 1,624. Ooh, I was close. 1,691. Ooh, almost. Math is hard, boys. So I think another goal now would be to save up a bunch of whetstones. So anytime we go buy artisan boxes, we're going to go ahead and use those guys. And let's go back over here. I'll definitely explain vegan crafting in my next video then, since I did that. Or not vegan crafting, but I'll explain masters in general. Okay, so one big thing that I can just completely forgot. When you kill Piety, you get a huge boost. And the reason why you get a huge boost is because you get 2 free skill points
Watch
when you
yourself.
fight Piety, or kill Piety, or slay Piety.
Tread carefully. Tread
So here's my book of skill. And we are going to go ahead and put these points... I'm going to spread myself out really thin here. I'm going to just move them up here, and we're going to grab Devotion. Okay, now we have Imperial Gardens. So Imperial Gardens is a really important place because, one, it takes you to Dominus, which is the final boss of this act, and 2, it can take you to Library, which is required on like so many builds because of the gems that it drops. So Library is definitely something. Honestly, I'm actually going to just go clean Library, or clear it, because I think I need reduced duration for Ground Slam on it, or Earthquake, if I'm going Earthquake. And then there's also Hedge Maze. And Hedge Maze will take you to the next, not next, what is it that I want to say? Hedge Maze will take you to your Labyrinth Trial, which is your last trial. The only one I didn't cover is there was a trial over at, is it Marketplace? I think. This area. Yeah, Marketplace attaches to Catacombs. Catacombs is where the other one is that I didn't go over. Superior and Feeble. Take these Colossal Flasks to try to roll and see if I can get lucky. Alright, so here's Library. Now again, this is an optional thing and you do not have to do it, but Library gives some of the greatest like utility gems in the game. Which is obviously, you know, if you're trading and stuff, it's very easy to acquire. If you're not trading, it's kind of difficult to acquire. So here's the little mini boss in here, Tyrannus Maximus. He doesn't really do anything. He does hit kind of hard. The way Path of Exile kind of works is if something is really big and scary, it's going to hit you and be really big and scary. So don't ever get hit by things like that. I think I might even skip this breach. Actually, oh, this is like a shit ton of mobs, dude. Gilded Axe. I'm looking for a better weapon right now. That's poo-poo. Alright, we are looking for the next area in Library, which will allow us to complete our quest, which is right here, by the loose candle. And it's called the Archives. So in the Archives, there's going to be 4 sets of books, like pages. You need to open up the pages, and the purpose of opening up the pages is so that we can get our, like, reward from Library. It's a low tier base. There is one unique guy in here who's really easy, I promise. He's not difficult at all. What he does is he basically throws a bunch of books around, and you just have to kind of be careful of the books. Other than that, he really doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, inside this area, there is a lot of cold damage. It's nothing too crazy, but if you saw that diamond shrine there, when cold damage rolls a crit, or if it rolls a chance to freeze, if it deals enough damage, it can actually freeze you. And that's always something to be careful of, because I think being frozen in this game is one of the scariest things ever. Because when you don't have control of your character, it's very difficult to stay alive. Unless, of course, you're playing like an armor or block-based character, then it's a bit different. Let's just skip this one. I don't need to be here. Note that the places that you want to go are marked on the mini-map. Now this is an artisan box, so this box is very important to my type of build. Not to casters, not so much. The reason why it's very important is because the box can drop things called whetstones. And whetstones are used to upgrade the quality of a weapon by up to 20%. So we're going to try to get additional items on this strong box. And we'll do that here right now.
Stay out of the shadow.
So we're going to bring a couple of augmentations. Oops. Augmentations and alterations. So we want to grab augments and alterations. Alright, 59 quantity, that's okay. Normally you'd look for additional, but I don't have much currency to spend. So that's pretty decent. And that was actually shit. I didn't even get one whetstone, I only got armor scraps. Feels not happy, man. That's terrible. Okay, this is the boss I was talking about with Mr. Book. You can see he's very scary, he throws books, and that's pretty much about it. Alright, let's go over and knock out the last of these bookshelves, because I only got one, unfortunately. So we were on cue for an hour video, and then I took a side detour into here, so I apologize. It'll be like, maybe like 10 minutes. It's always interesting as a YouTuber to say something like that, because I'm pretty sure my viewers are kind of just like, actually it's like an hour and 4 minutes, are you dumb? Dude, I can just see down at the bottom, and it's like, well shit, I don't actually know how long it's going to be, because I'm recording right now, you know? So after you do that, you want to go ahead and teleport back to the library, and you can talk to Siosa, or whatever this person's name is, and you can grab some OP gems. So some that are really good, for example, would be Fortify. Fortify is like your bread and butter for playing anything with a tag of melee, even if it's not melee. Also, Clarissa unlocks a bunch of other stuff that you can purchase. So if you look here, for example, I can grab like Life Leech, Blood Magic, Reduced Mana, Increased Duration, Less Duration. Very good for Earthquake, by the way. We're actually going to pick up a Less Duration and level it. There's a bunch of really cool stuff, and War Chief Totem is one of my favorite skills because it's just so busted and OP. So we're going to have to keep one of those as well, just in case. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and we're going off to Dominus, which will conclude this act. Just put a point in life right here. Alright. So from the waypoint, all you really need to do, I usually like running around, but for the sake of this, I'll just follow this. You should just follow the road. The road will take you to where you need to go. Just follow the yellow brick road and everything will be okay. We're off to see the wizard. Alright. Now, you cannot actually go into the Scepter of God until you have acquired the key from Piety. The key is used to open that door. Now, the Scepter of God is one of the shittiest places in the entire game, and the reason why is it's filled with monsters that deal physical damage and that have proximity shields. For summoners, these are great minions as well, for evangelists. Evangelists is what they're called. The reason why this place is crappy is there's so many different ways you can go, and it's filled with backtracking. So I'm going to teach you a little bit of a way to guess which door is going to be the right door. I'm not the best at this, but essentially, if you look at an area, right, and it has no monsters in it, so for example, this doesn't look like it has any monsters, this could be the way up, and there you go, it's the way up. The way up can also never be in a side room like this. So you pretty much just want to keep doing exactly like looking for the rooms with where the door would be. And of course it's not going to be adjacent to itself. So you kind of have to spread out a little bit. But there are times where it'll force you into only going one way to finding the door. There's also a boss up here. So this cannot be it because there's mobs in here. There's a boss up here that named Caliga, who is in like one of the middle rooms. I don't remember what floor he spawns on. I think it's 2 or 3. And he just spams lightning traps everywhere. So you have to be a bit careful of that. There's an Exile right over here, I think. Actually, no, that's just the ice shot. And that's him right there, Caliga. You'll see these lightning traps just shoot out. He's not really too scary. He used to be very terrifying. So this has nothing in it. which means I am 75% sure that this is the way up. Okay, this is the way up. Cannot be there. That's the waypoint. Very nice. Waypoint's always good in case you like disconnect or something. Cannot be here because this is a weird looking room. Could it be here? Yes, it is. The upper scepter of God. Transmutation. Now, I did say this, I think, in the first video. I said it doesn't really matter too much of what gear you pick up on your first playthrough, like through normal difficulty, because nobody really stacks much armor or evasion. And that's kind of true, although it will benefit you to kind of sway your gear a little bit, kind of like to what you're using. If you're using leveling uniques, this could totally like fix your solution to a lot of things. Like, leveling uniques are really overpowered, and if you guys ever want to go and, like, I guess check up the wiki, you can see some of them. It's definitely another future video of mine to make, is like my personal favorite leveling uniques. It's way too general to cover all the different leveling uniques because there's just so many. But I can make a video going over like my personal favorite ones. I was actually going to use one on this character, but it would be way too busted, so I didn't want to do it. It's called Wall of Brambles, and it gives you 2,000 armor at like level 30. It's pretty OP. Let's see. So it's not there or there, so that means it could be over here. It could be right here. Actually, it cannot be right here, because I think this is connected to the whatever. Well, if that's the case, it could be... It could be right here. It's gotta be here. Oops. Alright, and I think this is the last one before Dominus himself. And there's always like this big fucking thing in the middle you have to run by. And there it is right here. I don't even know what this is. I'm just gonna call it the big thing. Whenever you run by that gigantic thing, all you have to do from here is just go straight. And you'll get to Dominus. And here is Dominus, the man himself. Alright. So for this fight, it's gonna be pretty easy. I'm just gonna explain everything as thoroughly as I can. So phase 1, you have 3 bosses: Fireman, Ice Girl, or Lightning Girl, and Ice Boy. So Fireman, you gotta be careful, because if he jumps in your face, he can hit you with all of his fire at once, and you don't want that to happen. Ice Boy just likes to kind of spin around in circles because he's on drugs and leaves Arctic armor everywhere. And Lightning Girl will create these totems that pulsate lightning damage. Well, they pretty much use spark, and then she will cast, I think, Arc herself. Maybe. So, nothing too crazy. You just kill them. Now, the next phase, you have Evil Toxic Girl over here, which will do Viper Strike, and she will throw this Chaos Spray. That actually hits quite hard, so you gotta be careful. You kill her, next it spawns Titty Bitch. Titty Bitch you can see here, very easy. You just strafe left to right. I promise you that's all you have to do. She animation locks herself, you just strafe left to right. She does give a haste aura to the other one, so you gotta be careful of that. The last one is Mr. PJ Salt. He will spam Reeve, and you can see it's hitting like the whole fucking screen. So, best thing to do for him is you can like line of sight him out, and I think his Reeve goes back to like baby distance. And you can kind of see, let's see. Yeah, it's a lot smaller now. So that's how you can do that. Every time he gets successful hits off, the Reeve is going to get larger and larger and larger. Next up, we have first phase of Dominus. If he says the Touch of God and you get hit by it, you're dead. It's a lot, actually, it's not that bad anymore, but it used to be like ridiculous damage. It's basically a slam that deals a percentage of, well, it deals physical and lightning. He'll also do this spark, where if you have cap lightning resistance, am I cap lightning? I'm not cap lightning, but if you have cap lightning, which I'm almost cap lightning, so I can do it anyway, you can actually just face tank it and it doesn't do that much. I don't ever recommend this method. A lot of people love doing it. I just don't like it because lightning rolls from like the most random of damage numerics. So I'm just not a big fan of it. It always kind of sketches me out. If you don't want to do that, but you want to stay melee, you can just use like a Quicksilver Flask and just run in a circle. And I promise if you're not slowed by these stupid things, it won't do that much. That's an example of how hard his slam hits with my endurance charges up as well. So that pretty much covers everything that he does. So let's burn him through his first phase and just go right into the next phase. Alright, so Dominus Phase 2 is coming up. Dominus Phase 2 looks really pissed off, and basically, he will... Oh, one last thing actually before we explain that. I would recommend always fighting Dominus over to the right side, because he spawns infinite amounts of adds here that will explode, dealing fire damage if you don't kill them in time and they just run into you. So this is Dominus second form. Dominus second form will create this rain. If you're not in the rain, you'll get stacks of corrupted blood which deal damage over time. Dominus himself will actually attack you too, and he will apply 2 stacks of corrupted blood when he hits you. If you're inside the bubble, you don't get the stacks. It'll go away instantly. If you're not in the bubble, you will get the stacks. An easy solution to dropping your stacks if you do not have a remove bleed is by just summoning a totem. And the totem, you know, such as Decoy Totem, will take aggro for like a second, which will allow you to remove your stacks. So that's definitely nice. He's not too scary. He does deal quite a bit of physical damage, so, you know, I'd recommend something like using Enduring Cry or using a Stibnite Flask to blind him. There's a bunch of different ways to kind of counter him, but this is kind of a rundown of the fight. Running away from him is kind of scary because he uses a grab and he'll actually pull you back in as well, so that's something definitely to take into account. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to drop any comments down below. You know, I'm all a big fan of constructive criticism. I was pretty tired. I'm still kind of hungover from last night from New Year's. So I apologize if the video seemed a bit rushed. It's sometimes a bit difficult to make videos like this, and I love it, don't get me wrong. It's just difficult because it's like I've been playing this game for over 4 years. I was looking in my highlights, and it's sometimes hard. Like, I have to go out of my way to explain the mechanics because, you know, you forget about them. You forget about this stuff when you've been playing for so long, you know? But this is tailored towards newer players, so I am trying my best to thoroughly explain whatever I can. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see if I can do my best on pulling up that straw poll. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed yourself, like I said, and have a wonderful time. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let the 2017 memes begin.